on our plan, so we can go back to Jerry at this time. We're only going like that. Yes.
Any possibility of retrofitting mind eraser with the more comfortable restraints that are on some of that?
Yes.
I can tell you right now that that's not in our plans. But as we rehab the trains and new technology comes out, and if our engineering department says it's time to do that, we will. We are rehabbing the lap bars, the shoulder harnesses on the frisbee right now. So we look at that every time.
Is that a huge investment?
I can't tell you because I haven't really looked at it. So I imagine it is. Obviously rehabbing trains are big dollars, which we do every year anyway. But the new lap bars and so on, I really don't know because I haven't looked at it that closely. But I would imagine there's a significant investment that goes with it. Yes.
When I went to St. Louis,
Yes.
they had a deal where it became like all the lockers except it was access for all the ride locks, so like the Zara, instead of paying like the dollar you bought like a bracelet for like $13 for a day. Is there any way that they might go to any other parks or except only place I've seen it? It's really handy because you just paid for the day, but it was only for the.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I'll check with Six Flags St. Louis and see how they're doing that because I'm unaware of it. And, if it's something that we can certainly bring over to us.
They do it in Europe too in a lot of parts.
Yeah, like you just pay like the $13 and they give
And you have the magnetic, which is what we have for the water park lockers. But
yeah, I've never seen it in another Six Flags, and I thought that was like the weirdest thing.
I'll be more than happy to call Mr. Romer and
Right,
Yes, sir.
Now with Route 66, you brought in new cars for last year, but you also instituted a no single rider policy. I mean, I can understand with capacity on those, but when you get a lot of families of 3 or 5, it becomes an issue because usually a parent either has to sit out or, you're sending 2 kids out by themselves or a kid has to sit alone. Is there any thought in the whole process of maybe removing it for families or?
I'll talk with Lee Carmichael about that. I was unaware of any real issues with the new policy, so I'll be happy to discuss it and see what he thinks. But we do have new cars coming in also this year as well from our Chicago park. So we're getting the older gas cars retired and adding new cars there. So. Yes, sir.
Is there any way of reinstituting the global parking deal that you used to have? Because it's kind of annoying. Like if I go to New England a few times, I go to Great Adventure a few times, I go to America a few times. It's either have to pay for parking each time or to buy parking passes at each one.
Right. Unfortunately, if that's not a decision I can make because it's a global decision, but it's certainly something that I can bring up, and certainly it's something that you should write in about, to our senior management staff and to parks that you visit, to my counterparts, my fellow presidents, and we meet quarterly, and certainly something that we can bring up and see if it's something that we can brought back on the table. But it's really not a decision that I can see here make for you. Yes, sir.
Hi, I heard this rumor. Are we supposed to get the Daredevil coaster from Georgia, but y'all switched our plans? I heard. Is that true? I don't know. I heard a rumor about that.
What I can tell you is this year we have the Gotham City Gauntlet.
No.
And I will tell you that did come from Kentucky.
Yeah, I heard that before y'all got that Wow Mouse, y'all supposed to get that coaster first, but y'all changed plans or something. Something I heard. It's false rumor?
Yeah.
Okay.
When we plan our capital, obviously, especially if we're moving assets from park to park, at the beginning of the planning stage, it might be that, this ride X might be better here and so on. But at the end of the day, when the final decisions are made, that could change 3 or 4 times over. And again, those decisions are made as a group effort, but, so I wouldn't put too much water in rumors, basically, when you hear the announcement of the ride that we're putting in, that's the one that I would go with. Because it does change on a regular basis as we weigh things out and different challenges and so on. Those things, change over and over. So. Yeah, yes, sir.
A couple of questions actually. You talked about better crowd control. So is there any chance, actually you're fairly new to the park, so it was gone before you came, of getting back to the bridge? It went from Kidsopolis to the south end right next to Mind Racer.
Yeah, actually, we did look at that, revitalizing that bridge. The problem is the size of that bridge in that area was challenging to deal with.
Yeah.
And clearly now with the water park as big as it is, there's a lot of volume of traffic that comes out, and to redo that bridge in that area would be a challenge for us. So right now we're not looking at reopening that bridge. So.
And now on the preview you showed, the commercial, it mentioned everybody plays kids price at $35. Is simply Lulu's price to be on par with that? Or?
That's our price.
That's the price.
That's our price, yeah.
Like Heath started mentioning with price. The biggest thing that I'm finding right now is trying to figure out how much it's going to cost us to get in. I know like almost all the pay-to-go parks, free entry parks, I should say, charge for the kid and all kids. What is the minimum age that you guys actually charge?
Well, it's really by height, but really it's $34.99. Everyone pays kids price.
Well, my kids are 3, 3, and 90 months.
Right.
So are they going to be charged at 3, or is that 3 still within the?
I would say I need to check for sure, because I don't want to give you that information. But 3 and under, I believe, is usually free. So.
Because almost all the parks is 3, but some of them is
Right.
at 3. They start charging, but they're still free at other ones. So.
I'll pull up my thing for you before I go on. But I'm positive it's 3 and under. But again, we are going with the same campaign. Everybody pays kids price. So we hope that you guys all like that and enjoy that. But I'm sure all of you are season pass.
Yeah.
Which is much more important for you. Yes. Yes, sir.
I have a season's pass, go there all the time. Was very disappointed on the Bizarro last season where there was a lot of seats not being used in the back, and there was a lot of sound issues cutting in and out all the time. You guys put a lot of money in that, it's great, and it just seems to be falling apart as you
Well,
take things out.
yeah, I'm aware of the sound issues, but I'm not. When were you there?
During the summer quite a bit, just on and off.
Okay. Because really there shouldn't have been any issues with the seats themselves. The sound issue, obviously, putting sound on a coaster train, in hindsight, might have not been the best. It is a hard to keep up and manage and all that, but we are looking at that. But sound will stay on it, But
It just seemed like some of the
Yeah.
speakers were cut loose or cutting in and out, and then
Yeah.
there was several weeks when I went in a row during the weekend,
Sure.
and like the whole 4 seats in the back of one of the cars were not being used for some reason.
Okay. Well, believe it or not, I mean, that I'm not familiar with that, and I'll find out what that issue might have been. But the sound is the sound, but clearly seats are usually open. Our maintenance department does a very good job of keeping that, keeping seats open on these rides. So I'll follow
Still an
up on
awesome ride.
that. It is. Yes, sir.
How about a volume button for the sound system?
I wish I could, but that'd be something else that.
The sound drain, this is another stuff.
So I'm hearing, I guess, it'd be nice for me to know, how many of you do like the sound on it and how many don't? Who likes the sound?
When it works.
When it works.
Not when it blows.
And then who would rather not have the sound at all? Well, that's good to know, honestly, as we make decisions. Yes.
Just a suggestion, if you guys do decide to later on remove the sound, you do us all a favor and take the headrest away as well.
Yes.
That is an engineering question.